welcome back. I am so happy to see you. Been sitting here for about 15-20 minutes and just warming cards up, and I'm being called to do a reading. I just don't know what kind of reading, so we're just gonna go for it. And I hope that you are doing well. My right ear is starting to ring a little bit, and my crown chakra is getting all tingly. What's going on here? Some new awarenesses have come in, something that may be stressful, maybe not, but it's something that is new. Something that is new that's kind of just pulling you head and heart direction, right? Head and heart direction, right? Let's see what these are. Look at that. Well, here's the head and here's the heart. Yeah, this heart is upside down due to all of this overthinking and being able to process the consequences, the bad judgment, the broken picker that you had all of this time. And now the past is finally catching up. We see the 7 of 3s and then the 10 of 2s. So we have this major arcana of 2, and we also have this major arcana of 7. Well, this tells me that this magician energy is manipulating your overall body. This vessel is being depolarized to the point where you're not able to take it back. Even if you wanted to surrender, there's no way that you could, because you're nowhere near that process. We have these 3s here, but we also have these 2s. So it's really just, we need to have the 2s come in before the 3s can come in, can we not? It's this mental stability and saying, you know what, I'm done. I want to move forward in a new mindset. I'm so tired of drowning in all these consequences, these shadows, these burdens, this clouded judgment, everything that has been ego fueled and fear-based intentions due to fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of never being good enough. But then you're realizing, you know what, I'm not good enough to my damn self. I've rejected myself too many times. I've abandoned myself. And now we're sitting here in this 10 of 2s, this wheel moving forward, this big shift in this mental clarity. It's like the clarity fairies coming on in and being able to clear things out. But if we're clearing thoughts out about how we feel and where the closure needs to be gained, don't we have to see the opposite side of this and where it started? And each consequence, each cup to each sword, each consequence to each wound, and being able to cleanse the boo-boo out. And then once the boo-boo is cleansed, what happens? We put a band-aid on it and it's protected and it begins to heal itself, right? So how is that any different than surrendering to our own higher power, to our higher self, to Jehovah Yeshua, and being able to cleanse this vessel here and then put that layer of protection over it? You are learning how to create boundaries. And these boundaries are with yourself and the way that you operate in your own system. You have this default mode network that needs to be rewired and able to move forward in the right direction. But it's happening. There's an ending here. This is 3 cups away from the 10 of cups, but it's just depolarizing. So it's really just acceptance here, reflecting on each one and being able to, okay, put all my cups right side up. And then I've got 3 more cups. I've got 3 more cups that I can celebrate over when everything's done. Or it's 3 more huge wounds by way of third parties that you can't even see yet. And if we don't see it, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. But that could also be our present position. You could be in this 3 of Cups energy where your heart is so broken. Your mind is just so off the rocker because of these 3 wounds, these 3 cups that need to be able to be settled. So let's see, these 7 cups here are yours, right? Well, then let's take these 3 cups, front and back, so that's 6 of cups. So when you are holding 3 of cups in between here, it's withholding the front and the back. You're allowing yourself to stop yourself from bringing your own 6 of cups in. And that is confirmed because we saw that card originally, which is, if that's a depolarizing 7 of cups, wouldn't that be a polarizing 6 of cups? This is the way that your mind wants to think about it. But really, if I just looked, if I took the opportunity to see the other side of this paradigm, the other side of the spectrum, the other side of the sphere, the other side of this picture, painting, illusion, I would see that I really have the opportunity to be in this 6 of Cups energy. I don't have to think that way anymore. I have the right to control my own wavelengths. I have the right to control to speak to my own brain, because I am the only one that speaks to my brain. I am the only one that feels from my heart and it descends or descends to my brain up and down to give me these thoughts over and over. So we really have been talking about head over heart, heart over head decisions this week. And this tells me right here that as we have the mental and the heart here, this is telling me we saw that crown chakra tingling energy, but then that heart chakra is right here. So within this magician energy, we saw that as well with this major arcana of 2 coming in, and then the 10, the wheel. The manipulation is shifting, so it becomes manifestation. And then this heart chakra is going to open up, and it is going to be the most beautiful feeling you've ever felt in the whole entire world, even though everything you know has been a damn lie. And you're going to see why these worked, why these had to connect, why this happened to this, what was the cause and effect. And you're learning this wisdom, knowledge, power, perception, understanding, comfort to this grief, and being able to self-soothe yourself, because you're realizing that it wasn't even how you intended to really operate, but you didn't have a choice. You didn't know what you were doing, right? You didn't know what you were doing in your own vessel. Romans 8's coming to mind. Maybe someone needs to read that. However, we have this 3 of Cups. We have this 6 of Cups. If we have this depolarizing 7 of Cups, don't we have a depolarizing and polarizing 8 of Cups on the backside here on just another side of the paradigm? There's 3 powers of you operating at all time. This depolarizing 7 of Cups is here, but it's really this polarizing 6 of Cups on this side, but it's also this 8 of Cups back here. Well, we also have a whole nother paradigm of, if this is 7 of Cups, then we have 7 of Pentacles coming right here, while we've already had 7 of 2s. And we've had 7 of 2s because right now we're 3 swords away from that as well. Look, we're 3 swords in differences, and then 3 cups. That's a total of 6 overall, this Lover's position. So as this magician is ascending, this Empress energy is going to have to come in by way of this High Priestess energy, the internal perspective. And that's what we're seeing right now, honey. We are using this intuition, our own High Priestess energy to see, you know what? I'm 3 swords away from that, and I'm 3 cups away from this. I just have to heal my broken heart over someone who decided to overstay their welcome and use it to their advantage. I can be free from Egypt at any time I want because I am no longer a slave to them. But I've been a slave to myself due to this fear of rejection. And the power of fear will never be greater than the power of love, and it's absolutely here because this Cups is going to become polarizing in this ascension within this High Priestess energy and Empress energy building in order to gain the Pentacles, which is already here, 2 by 2. If we have a 10 of Swords, honey, we're going to have a 10 of Pentacles on the back. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. If we have a 7 of Cups, then we're going to have the 7 of Pentacles too, right? So that still gives us 3 Pentacles. So do you see how he's reshaping your Empress side, your divine feminine, your blue fish to your red fish, or your red fish to your blue fish, depending on how you want to see it, you guys. We're masculines or feminines or adults. Flip the energies. A masculine flesh scientific test tube can be the feminine, and the feminine flesh scientific test tube can also be the masculine. So it just depends on how you are operating and what is your true self. What is your true self behaviors versus your self-harm behaviors? So we saw 3 of Swords there, 3 of Cups, and now 3 of Pentacles, 3, 3, 3, because great things are coming as you are leaving away from your 2s. The 3s are already here. That 7 is right here to say, okay, how are you going to communicate to yourself? If I want to break open my child's heart chakra to get to their crown chakra, I can't skip over the throat chakra and the third eye. So this throat chakra is really here to communicate in your own vessel, in your own chariot, your own body of Christ, to make these shifts continue to happen in your favor, in your highest good. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. What else is for you, Hoba? What else is here? You know, being able to learn positions that you put yourself in so you will never put yourself in those positions again. Look at this, the star. I love it so much. You are his child, and he's shaping you. He's mining you. He wants to make you the diamond that you are. And this is why all this pressure is here. It's showing you, so it'll curve you. It'll shape you a certain way. It'll create this beautiful hardened material that can never be broken, and he will be able to shine his light through it, and it won't get stuck like it was before. Absolutely beautiful, Father. I love this so much. So now if we have a depolarizing star, that gives us a positive polarizing tower. Now this tower is our flesh scientific test tube that surrounds our nervous system, our red fish, our blue fish, our masculine and feminine energies. Because 2 by 2 before that is going to be that temperance energy, the electrical prop, the Semek back in Psalm 119. And as this electrical prop is manifesting this flesh within the Sagittarius energy, here comes the internal air. Here comes the internal suffering to rise above that tower, because what goes up the tower must be conquered. And if something comes off the tower, isn't it going to look like an explosion? So freedom is near for you, he says. All you have to do is decide, you know what, I'm going to face each consequence head on. I'm going to become the star that I am. Because even though I've acted like a rat, even though I've seen myself as a rat, I've been upside down this whole time. My heart has been upside down. So what happens when I can shape my heart back up, when I allow myself and Jehovah to take this inner spiritual alchemy and ascend my powers that be forward? Did you see how he originally brought that out? It wasn't upside down. And it's not neutral, it's moving. It was depolarizing, and now it's already getting the potential energy left over from this shift, the wheels moving, from the surrendering energy to be able to be born anew and gain this temperance energy. Both of my ears are humming very low together. Wow, that was beautiful, Father. Thank you. Duality is here for you once this tower can be conquered with these last 333. Great things are coming. And when we see that 333, then we're also going to see that 666, and we're also going to see that 999. Revelations 13:18 states that man's truest alignment is 666, which is absolutely true, because that 6 of Cups has to be met in each 3 powers, the power of you, each 3 paradigms, the beginning, the present, and the end. Everything that works. I love that so much. How beautiful, Father. Once this duality comes in, you'll also have mind and heart to work on the same pillar within your High Priestess energy. Thank you, Father. That's beautiful. What else is here? I love that you're showing me cards in between the cards, in between the cards, and getting these inner, deep-rooted messages. If this star is also here in the depolarizing energy, what's on that next part of that power of 3? It's the moon, ain't it? And we're talking about this Empress energy, and the moon has to rise before the sun can in this new paradigm, in this tarot journey alone, because the star comes. And even though the star 2 by 2 is the sun, but in between, in the middle, what we're not seeing, we know it's there, we just don't take accountability for it, is the moon, sweetheart. Your whole divine feminine energy is being restored in you. Beautiful. Last couple cards here. Let's see, we'll do this as divine feminine energy for sure. Look at that. I love that so much. There's this 8. We talked about that 8 of Cups right here on the back, and we also talked about that 7 of Pentacles. But look, he goes, I'm going to one-up you. I'm going to one-up you, my child, and I'm going to give you 1 extra. The power of 1 extra within this magician energy to continue this going completely over and over. I just heard Alpha and Omega. Yes, he is the beginning and the end to you, sweetheart, and he is who he is, and you are because of who you are, because of what he is. This 8 is here, this inner strength within your own chariot to be able to communicate, to invest all of your potential energy and hold on to it. Keep it sacred. Keep it. So because when you allow this potential to come in, when you're sorting out your consequences, it's only going to fuel this power and continue ascending you and rising you up above, and ascension and descension within Jacob's ladder here, sweetheart. If you decide to give this potential out to this mindset, if you decide to give this potential out to any other third-party situation, you're only going to continue draining yourself more, and your true inner being is not going to be true to yourself. Their emotions are not more important than yours. Okay, you hear me? Their emotions, anyone else's emotions, are never more important than yours. This is a big lesson of valuing yourself as well, and understanding that you got to add tax to your worth here, sweetheart. And once this Empress energy, Temperance, shut up, Lord, you're joking me. Once this Empress energy can be fulfilled and be manifested and fuel the star, then the moon's going to come in, right? The moon's going to come in, and 2 by 2 we see it here, Temperance, and then this is that tower energy, but in between there is that devil, that Capricorn, the one that wants to divide you over and over and over, but keep you holding yourself down. The devil's energy here already knows that he is breaking away from you. You will be rescued again once more. And why is he trying to hold on to you so much if you're not precious, if you're not valuable? He makes you think that so he can suck this all out of you. That dirty prick of a devil. Look at 2 by 2 from the star is 15. That devil energy always tries to keep God's children down. He tries to keep them trapped in Egypt. He tries to keep them down in the shadows, the burdens, and the trauma. But look at this Satan. He knows that he's already losing you, and you're God's child, and you're no longer going to be basking in the darkness, because the darkness is only there to bring glory to the light. And this is that electrical prop that we talked about. And as this is here, we're really seeing, look at your wheel completely shifted. As soon as you decided to set intentions on surrendering, so this death could come in, the flood could come, cleans those boo-boos, and then here comes this. The protection of land and water, knowing good and bad, because it bases from that Hierophant energy. 1 and 4 leads back up to a 5. But that 5 is going to have the Emperor, the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Magician, and the head of it all, the Fool. So as this Magician is ascending, we see this High Priestess energy. We've already confirmed that. Then we see this Empress energy coming in, which we've confirmed as well with the cups here, the water coming in to cleanse the flood, bring onto earth here, being able to channel the moon and the Empress energy, the whole divine feminine spectrum, which is also being confirmed right here. And being able to communicate with yourself. And here's this duality as well. I love that so much. As that star continues to come in, that moon is going to come in, right? And it has to go back to the star. It has to go back where it came from. And then that star power, because it cannot hold itself down, is going to be brighting itself and allowing this energy to continue flowing, all of this potential. So when the moon comes back to the star, then the star can go to the sun. Star, moon, star, sun. Star, moon, star, sun, just like your heart, atria, ventricles, the crown itself. How absolutely beautiful, because he is restoring your crown, which means he has to renew your heart first, sweetheart. And it's just so painful, because everything that you've held on, you're finally seeing it as, okay, this is the one time your parents hurt you. No, generational trauma. This is the one time that you maybe were attacked on the street. This is the one time where you were at work and a customer was a complete asshole. This is the one time where your old best friend did you wrong and did you dirty. It's one of the longest swords because it hurt the most. You know, this is when your first love broke your heart. This is when they continued to come back and you allowed them to come back and you allowed them to come back, right? And now you're seeing the whole picture at once here, sweetheart. Now you're seeing the whole picture at once, when before you were just seeing it one at a time. So that's why it's so heavy. That's why it's so drowning. That's why it's such a burden, because this is how that Capricorn energy is going to try to hold you down within that comfort zone. You have to be able to have that strength in order to move forward. Let's see what's there. King of Pentacles, shut up. And there's the sun. Oh my God, Lord. Well, if the sun's there, the moon's right there on the backside. I love that so much. In Psalm 119, the sun goes back to the Resh. It is the boss, the chief, the house of the head of authority, the overall front, the overall face, the big kahuna, the head honcho. I love that so much. Right there on the inside, Psalm 119, the moon goes back to the kuf. It is the inside, what is hidden. I love it so much. He sees you for exactly what you are. And he says, you know what? Let's just get rid of that. Let's just get rid of that. It's still here. You're still going to learn from it. You're going to gain all that wisdom, knowledge, power, perception. You're going to understand that you will never put yourself in situations like this again, because you damn learned from it, right? Because now you don't have a broken picker. Now you have the judgment, because it's right here on the backside of that card. You will earn the opportunity to make proper choices for yourself. If this King of Pentacles energy is here, then that means right on the back of the inside with that moon, we also have the Queen of Pentacles, which means that we also have the Queen and King of Cups, the Queen and King of Swords, and the Queen and King of Wands, the wounds to the light, to the potential, to the glow. And the glow up is right here. Absolutely beautiful, Lord. Nine of Wands. Well, that Nine of Wands is going to be right here on that back of that Nine of Twos. And all it's saying is you keep causing this overthinking. This 9 number is divisible by itself over and over and over and over and over. So do you want to continue thinking about this and drowning over and over and over and over and over, or would you rather shift it? Allow Jehovah to continue cleansing your flood and restoring your ark, your vessel, you know, because even Noah was directed to load his vessel with more clean spirits than the unclean spirits. So in order to even gain the longest living spirit, as Methuselah did, you have to gain 666 first. He had the longest living spirit of 969, which is very close to 999. So even Methuselah would not have been able to gain that long of a spirit life if that 666 balance had not have come in. And that 666 is clearly here because you have to return to the wands, return to the swords, return to the cups. You have to continue returning. But that 6 is going to be just another 9, isn't it? Upside down. But the 6 is actually going to reproduce more feminine energy, which is what is here. That 9 is only going to continue reproducing it internally. This wounded warrior, like this, I literally see Buddy the elf going through that hotel door, spinning over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And then all of a sudden he gets out and he pukes. And he pukes into the garbage can. Right? This beautiful manifestation of energy for this divine feminine here. Let's do one more. 5 of Cups. Very funny because that 5 of Cups, what's right there on the backside? What's right there on the backside? That 6 of Cups. 7 of Wands, which means 6 of Wands. Shut up, Lord. And that Knight of Swords. Absolutely love it. A child of truth here. Let's use another deck, and we're going to pull some divine masculine energies now. Within this here, what's the divine masculine energies going through? And all of this feminine, opportunity is clearly here and what's moving. But the feminine energy on the inside is what's clearing all of this out, but it's really being controlled by that masculine energy. So let's see the other side of this. We can't gain closure if we don't see the other side of our problems, right? And our issues, and being able to click the two together to clear it out and remove it. So we've seen the divine feminine side on the inside here, sweetheart. So let's check out the divine masculine. Let's see what the divine masculine energies see. What we may not presently see because we're stuck in this. Let's see, Lord. Let's see here. For divine masculine energies here, Jehovah Elohim, from the Resh to the Kof here, all the way to the Semek. Divine masculine and their operating system to be able to yin and yang to work with this Empress. And once this Empress can fully be restored, when this Empress can fully be restored, then that Emperor is going to be able to come in and back it up and, like, you know, sew all the laces together while that stuffing that the Empress put in is being reconfigured and fitted. These two first, he says. Look at this. 5 of Wands in the negative and Page of Pentacles. Well, I do love this because we did talk about that Hierophant energy, and we also have the 10 over here still. So a 10 is just going to be 2 5s, but it's also going to be 20 Wands. 10 swords is 20 wands, that overall judgment. So here, once again, this masculine is being depolarized within its ego. This masculine side to this one body here is being pulled to the ego. And this is why this temperance energy has to work together. This is why this magician is being manifested in the depolarizing energy instead of the positive. One, that mental capacity can be restored. Now, this Page of Pentacles is here because this is all children, the inner children, the prince and the princesses to the queens and the kings. 11, 11 here by 4. So we saw that 3, 3, 3. We saw that 6, 6, 6, and we've seen the 9, 9, 9. Now we're seeing the masculine energy come in to button it up. Now we see the 4, 4, 4 within that 11, 11 because the Page of Wands is there, the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups, and now the Page of Pentacles. We have all inner children here, which is how this whole entire journey of the cleansing of the ark and renewing its own cup would start. The inner children that live inside the house here. If we have this 5 of Wands, this means that we also have a polarized 4 of Wands. The Emperor taking in the control. 4 of Wands minus 9 of Wands, there's 5 of Wands. So we have it right there as well. That 4 of Wands is coming into play because it's going to rise you within, and as within, so without, as above, so below, within that Tropic of Cancer energy. Your Old Testament was so stuck in this Tropic of Capricorn. And then when you just surrendered and you birthed yourself anew, this masculine energy is only fueling it because it's going back to the very beginning, that Tropic of Cancer, where it has come from. I love it so much. Let's see what this one is. The Devil, shut up. Oh my God. See, I told you Star was around the masculine to the feminine, and the Devil's always trying to get God's children to hang themselves low. And it's just not happening right now. God's saying, look, my child, we have the potential to move forward. Just trust me. Just know that it's me. Stop being so defensive. There's 2 of Wands in between here. We see that 4 of Wands and 5 of Wands. 7 of Wands to 5 of Wands. It's also 2 of Wands. And then that would bring 3 of Wands. So there's so many opportunities for growth within this masculine side, which is really what's fueling this mindset, is it not? But this Empress energy, the emotions come in saying, yeah, I did do that. Yeah, I am thinking about that. I continue to think about it, but then I'm drowning in my own suffering. So what happens when you decide that you're no longer going to be a victim? What happens when you decide I'm no longer going to bathe in my own suffering? He's not going to be able to hold on to you anymore, sweetheart. Look at this here. There's so much good here coming, even though it's just determining which wounds caused what. But when you're able to close that wound, when you can heal that boo-boo, this power is not going to be there anymore. And you will be birthed anew, and your crown will be there. And your crown will be there. Lord, what else is with this crown chakra activation? Whoa. Look at this, 10 of Cups. Well, I love that so much because that's just right here on the back side of this. It's depolarized, but look at what's to come. We already saw that 7 of Cups. So 3 of Cups is now being confirmed once more. Thank you, Father. I love that so much. Shut up. You are joking me. King of Pentacles as well, and 6 of Cups. Oh my gosh, masculine. See, this masculine is really wanting to work with its feminine energy. Oh my God. Oh my God. And look at how this ascension is working once that wheel can move. 10 of Cups to that 10 of Pentacles, which is 2 by 2 from that 8 of Pentacles. Sheesh. Sheesh. This masculine and feminine energies are so working together because once again, the Queen is right there on the inside. And here's that 6 of Cups that we saw. So thank you, Father, for that confirmation. The devil can't hold you down anymore, sweetheart. It's just, it's time to surrender. The time is now to heal. And look at, it's right here for you. All the benefit, all the good, all the potential is yours. It will no longer be stolen from you. Stop allowing it to be stolen. Let's check out the bottom of the deck. I'm going to fucking scream if it's something crazy. And then we're going to call it a day. Let's see. Knight of Cups. Well, we saw that Knight of Swords, so that would be right here on the backside of that. This inner children growing up and maturing and saying, yeah, you know what? I don't want to think that way anymore. I'm coming in fast. I want to love myself. And when all of this happens within those 9s, then that 10 is going to come into play, and you're going to be able to communicate with someone mentally and emotionally. Oh my God. Well, this is going to be this Knight of Cups on another backside, so I kind of want to see what's behind here. Knight of Pentacles, shut up. So Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups. Knight of Wands is where this masculine energy is presently in, but it's mirroring the feminine energy to it. Knight of Cups and Knight of Swords, which is really going to bring into that 10 of Swords and that 7 of Cups. This is going to be Knight of Cups, so that's going to be 5 cups away. 5 cups away. We already saw that 5 cups. It's right here. This broken heart is really being cleansed out, honey. You don't have to be brokenhearted anymore when you decide you don't want to be brokenhearted. Queen of Cups, shut up. Look at this. This masculine is just ready to meet that Queen of Cups energy. And the Queen of Cups, this Empress side on this inside of the feminine as well. Oh my gosh, it's just so beautiful how he is ascending your soul to come home to itself. He is wanting you to know yourself. He's going to ask you, did you know my son? Well, my son is the same as us, sweetheart. It is me, and it is you, and it is this new soul path. 3 of Cups, you are joking. Oh my gosh, Father, Lord, thank you so much for having my back. Oh my gosh, we have seen that 3 of Cups. We have seen it. And now this Queen of Cups -3 is 10 of Cups, which we have right here as well. Look at this, sweetheart. As soon as you make it so your High Priestess energy can tap in, and your middle pillar is going to work with itself, so this big shift can happen in your wheel when your heart and your mind can work together. Look at, you're going to have everything emotional that you've ever wanted, but it starts with ourselves first, sweetheart. 5 of Cups. Yes, time to leave it behind, all the third parties behind, and focus on loving yourself and your own self-love cup club. And then on the back side of that is the King of Cups, 4 of Swords. Well, we saw that 4 of Swords within that 3 of Swords and that 10 of Swords and that 5 of Swords and that 7 of Swords, always. And that mental truth and clarity is here within that clarity fairy that you can give yourself. 7 of Pentacles right there on the inside of that, within that potential energy from our Chariot. 8 of Swords, shut up. Yep, no more interference mentally. And the Chariot. Oh, Page of Wands. Well, there's that confirmed. 6 of Pentacles and 4 of Pentacles. Look at, yep, that feminine and masculine inner children will meet, and then they'll grow. They'll mature to give equal give and take and breadcrumbs. But that masculine will be in the overall control. And that 10 of Pentacles is right here. We've seen it. We've seen it. Queen of Swords, well, that's right here on the backside of this Knight of Swords. So do you see, as soon as we start developing the okay, let's see more, let's continue moving forward. Okay, I want to stop, but I'm going to continue going. I'm going to continue communicating with myself. And look at how well you're already maturing. Look at how well it's already accelerating for you. Look at how much potential that you already have, that he clearly sees, clear as fucking day for you. He loves you so much, and he wants you to operate out of the truth, but it starts with the feminine stability first. It has to. It has to. The Star. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am shaking. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 8 of Wands. Oh, and 9 of Swords. We talked about that. And the Fool. Oh my gosh. I have to get out of here. Love you. Bye. Woundsintolight.